Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Stocks. In today's video, we are going to quickly talk about the uncertainty that the stock market is giving all of us and what you guys should do. But before we get started, how about we get some coffee? All right, so I just want to get one thing straight, and that I am not a financial advisor, so please do not take my words as advice. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, as well as press that amazing subscribe button, because honestly, you guys are pretty amazing. So let's get started. Don't forget to drop a like, okay, and a subscribe. So let's see. In the S&P 500, we've seen lately, in the last couple weeks, in the last couple months, in the last 6 months, we see that it has increased as of late. So it's in 6-month chart, it's up 20%, but in the year to date, obviously it's up 20% based on the huge dip that it had previous to that. So don't forget that they had a huge 33.92% hit because of the coronavirus, right? After that, it did pretty well. It's up 5% in 1 month. In 1 week, we actually got pretty hit. Last week is down 0.8% because of certain things, right? And we'll talk about it later in this video as well. In 1 day, they did go up 0.02%, which is not a whole lot. It did drop 0.6% during the day, and that's because of the stimulus bill. Now, there's tons of things that have played an effect in today's market, which we really haven't. Obviously, we have zero control over all of these things, right? One of the things that have played a major role in the stock market is the coronavirus. Now, if you guys live in the US, we haven't even passed the first wave of the coronavirus. We have tons of people who are infected. We constantly have 50,000 to 70,000 people infected on the daily basis. If you guys live in Europe, you guys are currently going through the second wave, which isn't really that better, but it still plays into effect on the stock market, because obviously a lot more people get infected, a lot more restaurants get closed, a lot more companies and businesses get closed. There's less money being on the move. Now, the second thing that I do want to talk about is the election. The election has played a big role on the stock market as well. People are out there were saying that if Donald Trump is the winner, then the stock market is going to go up, and if Biden wins, the stock market is going to go down. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not an advisor, that I will tell you, and will tell you that 100% it's like, oh yeah, that's really going to happen. No, I don't think that's the real deal. We won't know until something actually happens. Now, the third thing that has really played, not really played, but as I talked about it right now, that plays a huge role in the move of the stock market, and especially lately in the past week, has been the stimulus bill. Because last week on Sunday or Saturday, Nancy Pelosi did come out and said, I'm giving 44 hours or 48 hours so they can sign it. And if they don't sign it, we're going to have to wait until after the election. The election is November 3rd, and it just has 2.5 weeks left. And, people get scared that, oh, well, if there's no money, then I'm not going to invest my money somewhere else. I got to save it. So people start selling and people start saving their money, because then they might, lose quite a bit. So those are the three things right now that I feel have played a huge role in things. And if, there's obviously the recession because of the COVID cases. There's huge companies that have taken a hit as well. Say, for example, take Tesla. Tesla took quite a hit last week as well, down 5.7%, which is quite crazy. Look at this volatility that it is giving throughout the whole month. It's pretty insane. Now, they're still up 163% on the 6-month chart. Don't forget that they did do the 5-1 split, so take that into consideration. But all the things that are happening lately has an effect in the market, it has more volatility, I feel, which can scare us if we don't really pay close attention to the market. So as my friend Abraham, who is subscribed to my channel, thank you Abraham for subscribing and commenting on my channels. He has lost quite a bit of money in the various stocks that he has, like Workhorse, Diamond Peak, or even Hyliion. He's lost quite a bit of money, and he asked, what should I do, in order to get that money back, because that is my money. Now, I do say this quite a bit sometimes. You do have to understand, when you invest that money, you have to be 100% sure that when you're investing, you're sure that you're gonna lose everything, right? You run that risk that you could run everything. Now, you shouldn't invest any money that you need, say for example for bills, for anything in that, like money that you need, don't invest. Money or change that you have laying around that you could invest, okay, that's fine, right? But to answer his question, what is the next step, or what should I do in order to get a little bit of more money back, right? Honestly, what I'm doing right now, and this is pure my suggestion, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take it as advice. I did sell some of my stocks, and I am keeping around 50 to 60% cash, right? So that's just there. Cash is just sitting there just in case. I do have other stocks, say for example Tesla, because Tesla is a big monster. It's really it could go to the upside very well. It's a very stable company. It has recorded major gains. So that's a company that I do have in my portfolio, which I probably won't sell. But the other companies that I do have, like Workhorse or Diamond Peak or Hyliion, I did buy lower, like around $15 or $18. So I am keeping those right now because I haven't been on the negative yet. Obviously, I have lost a lot of money, but I'm not on the negative yet on those companies. Now, what would I do if I did buy a little bit higher? Honestly, if you don't average cost your dollar and you don't want to do that, I would sell the company. I would sell those stocks, because the future of the stock market doesn't look that positive. And I'm not saying that we're going to have another crash, but I'm just saying it doesn't look like it's going to go to the green side quite yet. That's why I have 60% of my portfolio in cash, because once it does drop again, I will buy in again. So it's like it's when it dips again, right? And do I think it's gonna dip again? Yes. Do I think it's gonna go down to hold on, let me find something. Do I think that it's gonna go down to the time in March? I don't think so, but it's gonna be pretty close, right? So I suggest that you guys have more cash or more money ready to buy when it dips more, because it will dip more, right? And you're able to get in a little bit lower, and playing long term, because I am a long-term investor, I'm not a short seller. I would buy when it dips again, right? If because we're gonna get hit by the second wave of the coronavirus. Someone is gonna be elected to be president, and the stimulus bill might keep being pushed back and back and back. So that is gonna play a huge effect in the company, in the stock market. So have cash ready, right? If you want to keep funding it, fund it, but don't put your life savings into the stock market, because it can hurt you quite a bit. We are going to get out of this hole, not yet, but we are going to get out of this hole in a little bit. Now, there's another thing that I was doing, because I do have a second portfolio, but the other thing that I do suggest is have a dividend portfolio, We don't know how long this market is going to be on the red, or is going to keep dipping. Now there's some companies out there that do give you dividends, especially if you invest in companies that are set and they have a very strong fundamental, very strong base. So invest safely, invest in a more safe stock, or dividend ETFs, stuff like that. That would be really good in order for you to get money back, to reinvest and get more money that way. You're not gonna get tons of money in the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, etc., but you will get more money back, and hopefully you get some of the money that you have lost in general. There's some that I do have that are dividend stocks, like say for example Apple. Apple has a dividend yield 0.71. Apple's really good. Apple's really stable. It does go up and down. As you can see, it does have a little bit of volatility because it is in the stock, in the tech market, but overall it has been going up. It's still up 62% in the 6-month chart. Realty income is really good as well. They did get hit pretty well because of the coronavirus, but they didn't have any dividend cuts, which is good for investors to not sell their shares as well. They have been on a positive trend, up 42.94%. Obviously in the 1 week chart they're still down to 0.74%, but their dividend yield is 4.62. And I will do another video tomorrow to see what my top 5 dividend stocks are, in order for you to get a head start if you don't already own dividend stocks, because right now the market is just super uncertain, and there's so many crazy things going on there. You should invest into safe stocks. If you want to get into bonds, go ahead and get into bonds, but I don't know too much about that. So just be careful when you invest. I haven't bought anything lately. Everything is just on my watch list. Even though Tesla has been hit, that's still on my watch list. I mean, I do have those stocks in my portfolio. Workhorse is still in my watch list. Diamond Peak is still in my watch list. Stuff like that. Hyliion is still in my watch list. I haven't bought in any more Hyliion because of what it's going through, but just be safe with your portfolio and with your investing, because obviously there's a whole bunch of things right now that is just the stock market is just going super crazy. All right, that was today's video. Hopefully you guys liked it. Abraham, hopefully I answered your question. And don't forget to drop a like on this video, as well as press that amazing subscribe button, because honestly it does go a long way in supporting the channel. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and that will get you into the $60 e-gift card entry. And I will be doing this the whole entire week, and on Friday I will be pulling out the winner. All right, so I will see you guys next time on Coffee and Stocks.